Hey, we're at Martin Nature Park. Come with me as we take a look at this little park that's hidden in northwest Oklahoma City. As you can see, you can hear lots of highway noise because directly north of the park is Kilpatrick Turnpike. So even when you're in the park, you do hear some highway noise, but they laid out this park really well where for the most part, you don't notice that the highway's there. Come on, take a look and see what we've got here at Martin Nature Park, hidden in North Oklahoma City.
Now, as you enter the park, just past that main sign that was out by the street, you see there's quite a large parking lot here. Now, be aware though, on a very nice weekend, this parking lot can fill up and they'll have to limit access to the park. Now, just off the parking lot is this trail that brings you in, and there's a bug habitat right there. And you'll see things like this throughout the park where they've put in features to help the natural wildlife. Here's a sign at the entrance right off the parking lot where you can see, and there is a topical 3D map as well. And this plaque explains the accessible trail that they've put into this park, thanking the different contributors to that trail. All right, let's walk around to the left here. This is part of the accessible trail leading into the park. Now, I know that looks narrow, but I believe that is wide enough to fit a wheelchair through. All right, what you see coming up here is what is frequently called Turtle Bridge. I don't know if Turtle Bridge is the official name for it, but that is what it is referred to. And if you look out from this bridge, you will frequently find lots of turtles, and you'll see some very large fish hanging out in this water. Today, it looks like the turtles are hiding, and it looks like the bright sun on the water is making it hard to see any fish hiding here as well. But on a normal day, you will see lots of turtles and lots of fish right here as you enter the park. And you'll see lots of kids gleefully standing on this bridge looking out at the turtles. Oh, there we go. See that little spot out in the water? That is a turtle. Let's zoom in on it. There we go. Check out that turtle. So we've got one turtle who is willing to show himself today, but it doesn't look like we're going to see any other turtles right now. All right, now as we cross over the bridge, we're going to see immediately to our left here is a sign explaining the different turtles that we can see here. And there are signs like this throughout the park explaining the different wildlife that you find in this park. They're pretty strategically positioned to where you're most likely to see some of the animals and wildlife that you're going to find in the park. Walking up here to the right is one of the accessible trails that you'll find in this park. It may be one giant accessible trail that loops back to this point. I'm not 100% sure. And let's just pan around and look at the trees and what it looks like in this park. Now, right there is the Nature Center. So after you come over Turtle Bridge, this is to your left. There is that Nature Center there. Let's take a minute and walk around to the back of the Nature Center. And as you see, this should all be smooth enough to be accessible for just about anybody. After a rain, and it recently rained, this might get a little soggy and a little more difficult, but usually is pretty fine. As you can hear as I walk, it's like a fine gravel is what this trail is made out of. So now we're walking along the side of the Nature Center to get around back. And what you see directly in front of us is that river where we just saw the turtles. It loops around the Nature Center. There's a pond area on that river. I don't know if we call it a pond, but directly behind the Nature Center is a pond area. Look at that. There's some people there taking some photographs. It is a beautiful area to take photos. Frequently out across the water there, you can see deer coming in to take a drink. Lots of different birds. And then as we approach here, let's see if we can find any turtles out here. There are a lot of turtles that hang out over here underneath this observation bridge. Oh yeah, there we go. There are turtles. See those dark spots? I know they're hard to see, but there are some turtles there. Let's look around a little bit. There's always turtles hiding over here. Oh yeah, there's lots of turtles out here. I think I see 4 or 5 already. There we go. There's a couple more turtles. So if you like turtles or have a child who likes turtles, this is a great place to come to see them. And also, in addition to the turtles, frequently you do see a lot of fish hanging out here as well. I think right now just the bright sunlight is making it hard to see through the glare and see any of the fish. This is now back inside the nature center. This is the lobby of the nature center. Inside the nature center here we have a snake. Look in the back, you see the snake trying to get away, but it's there. Here's a better view of that snake. In the tank next to the snake, we also have a small turtle swimming. Here's your small turtle. It's got its head poked out above the water there. This just hangs out. It's a really nice little nature center that they set up here. And here's a larger turtle sitting on top of a rock in its aquarium just around the corner from the small turtle. And some plant life that they're growing, which is native to this area and to this park. So they're just raising some more plants in the nature center as educational tools. Now here we're back on the nature trail. This is accessible. And here's a plaque or sign explaining what humans can do to help nature. Things like the birdhouses, hummingbird feeders, soot, different plants that you can plant that really help nature out. Now here's a bird blind that they've got set up where there are bird feeders and different bird features set up behind the bird blind, and we can walk right up to it and peek through these holes to watch the birds behind the blind without scaring the birds. Now, if we look down to the right, there's a little cutout, and I believe that's like for feet. If you're in a wheelchair, you can still scoot up nice and close to the blind there and see the birds out behind the blind. So here, this is near the entrance, and it has its own entrance right off the parking lot. It is a child's playground, which you can also access with a wheelchair. It's got a ramp that goes all the way down to it. I don't know if these toys or play items are accessible, but they've definitely built the path so that you can easily get down here. It is a paved path all the way down to this little park. In that back corner, there's even little binoculars mounted where you can look out over the pond and see the different things in the pond. So that is Martin Nature Park. This is a fantastic park to come out to. The trails are easy to walk. There's, I believe, 4 different trails in here. Frequently you see a lot of different animals. Deer come right up to the path. Last time I walked one of the back trails, I saw at least 4 deer that day.